great rise, beloveds. You know who it is. It's your girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. It is Melanated Monday. Give you all time to get in here so we can get started. I'm hoping that tonight we'll have a guest, maybe a call-in guest. I'm hoping that's what's going to make it so extra lit. If my guests can at least call in, that'll be dope. But if not, we're going to just have conversations like we do. We're going to do it the way we do. So whoever's there, I appreciate you for showing up. Show your face so I can greet you properly. But I appreciate you nonetheless. Tonight's topic is holding the Black man accountable, but it's from a man's perspective, which is why I'm hoping my guests actually get here. What's going on, Steve? Great rise, beloved. I appreciate you. This is going to be a lit conversation. It has a potential. Let me put it that way. It has a potential for being pretty lit, simply because of my stance. Y'all already know. So it's going to be a little different, I think. But please, I'm asking you all to definitely chime in. Men, I need to hear from you for sure tonight, because of how I have it planned in my head. If y'all don't talk, it's not going to go very well. So please chime in. What's going on, Aki? Thanks for being here, beloved. I appreciate you. Make sure you chime in. I'm going to give the call-in number so you all can do that if you want to call live. I'll make that available to you. I'm going to give you all a few minutes, but not you all, but everybody else, a few minutes to get in here. We got some more people over here on YouTube, so show your face so I can greet you properly. I appreciate you for being here. It's a little warm. Y'all hold on one second. I'm a little humid. Hold on. All right. I certainly hope all is well. Racine, I see you, loved one. Thank you for being here. I want to give our folks some time. Maybe I didn't start saying that Melanated Monday started like 8:45. You think so people will get here by 9 o'clock? Stacy, what's going on, Monk? Thank you for being here, beloved. You know I appreciate you. I'm sure. See, okay. So I know you got my back. I know Stacy Jones got my back. She gonna say something, and it's gonna keep up some conversation. So thank you for being here. Racing, I'm gonna have to get you to start having some conversation with your cousin. All right, start saying something. All right, but if you, for those of you who have not, while we're waiting on other people getting here, those of you who have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. Look for the icon of the Queen with the sword. Click on that, and if you received an invitation to join another group on Facebook, please check that out. Check your messenger, because some people are not getting it in their regular Facebook, I guess. But check your messenger. And I'm pretty sure I invited everybody that's on here so far. Check your messenger and make sure that you accept that. MBJ Live is in the building. What's going on, loved one? That message goes out to you as well. I appreciate you for being here. I know I sent you an invite, so check your messenger. And if you will, join that group. I'd love to hear your commentary, but join the group. We're going to have another meeting, virtual meeting on Friday at 7 o'clock. I'm not on that right now, Racine, but the meetings will most likely be held on that platform. All right, so we got some people here where we can have a conversation with. So that's the start. And when everybody else get here, they can just chime in as they will. So again, tonight's topic is holding the Black man accountable. And it was supposed to be from a man's perspective. Now, what makes it tonight a little bit different is because y'all know me, right? You know what I stand for. I would hope you know me. You know what I stand for. I'm all about Black men. I'm all about supporting y'all. You already know this, and I will always be. However, I had a conversation with a gentleman yesterday, And when I tell you, I was almost in silence, and that takes a lot for me to say nothing. But I was almost in silence and having this conversation with him because we kind of stand on opposite ends as far as my movement with Black men and not supporting, but the protecting, okay, the protecting of Black men. And it's pretty dope. But like I said, we're on opposite ends, but we still kind of meet in the middle. We do agree on a lot of things. As a matter of fact, I agree with a lot of things that he says. I just still have my agenda. I still have a purpose that has to be fulfilled. Nonetheless, tonight, instead of me, and this is not at all a bash, so don't think I'm getting ready to do that, because I'm not. But instead of me simply giving you all accolades and giving you all praise, I still feel that way. It's important that we discuss some other aspects of your divine purpose, of your movement, of your ability to even rise, your ability to do what you were created to do. That part is necessary. And so what it looks like is you all being held accountable, you all being called out on your shit, okay? Being called out on your shit as it pertains to your interaction or lack thereof with your woman. Again, I am still King Advocate, but before I became King Advocate, I was a woman. And a lot of things in the life of a woman have been overlooked, misunderstood, forgotten about, taken for granted, whatever the case is, because for the most part, women operate out of their natural emotional state. We are very nurturing, we're very caring, protective. We are naturally protective. And sometimes those characteristics get played. Okay, they get taken for granted. They get manipulated, used in the wrong manner, even though her intent is genuine. And I hope you all stick around. Again, I'm not bashing, but you all have to know what it is. We, as a collective, have to know what it is that we're dealing with, what we're faced with. And I'm bringing this up because, like I said, the conversation that I was having last night from my brother was saying, sis, you wasting your time. What you're doing is pretty much back-ass work. That is not the responsibility. And I've said that it's our responsibility as women to protect our men. I said that we owe them that. I'm not going to go back on what I said. I meant that. But he says, Black women in particular, y'all don't owe us shit. This is a black man that I'm talking about. He says, y'all don't owe us shit. Because everything that a Black woman has had to deal with, every, let's say, trauma, every hurt, every belittling, every being kicked to the curb, being put on the side, being overlooked, whatever the case is, a lot of that was done by Black men, along with white men, along with white women. The Black woman is the most disrespected being there is anywhere. She's disrespected anywhere. She is taken for granted everywhere. She's abused everywhere, not just in our state, in other countries. She's abused everywhere. And yet, through all the shit that she's gone through all the hurt that she's gone through all the relationships that she's had where she's been dogged and dismissed, physically abused, raped, whatever the case is, through all of that, she still stood by her Black man. She still did it, regardless to what he put her through or even allowed her to go through, because he was not there to protect her. He threw her out to the wolves for the most part. He threw her under the bus. He stigmatized her along with everything else and everybody else. He's caused some of these negative things to be said about her, to be done to her, against her. He's done it because he's been in his own ego. He feels some type of way, or he views himself to be less than. So instead of dealing with his own emotional status, instead of building himself up to be the man that he's supposed to be, he'd much rather break her down. Now I'm listening to these things being said. He said so many other things, and I hope he calls in. He says so many things, and I'm just listening. And I'm like, I don't want to agree because of who I am, because of what I represent, and I don't want to agree. But I'm listening as a woman who has also experienced some of these things that he's saying. I can't say that he's lying. He's not lying. There isn't an error in that information. This is true. What's happening, or what has happened and continues to happen, is that women have not held men accountable for themselves. We have not held them accountable for their actions, for their thoughts, for their movements, for their responsibilities, for anything. We haven't held them accountable. We have accepted all the little shit that they've given us. We've accepted the mediocre. Well, we know they're greater than that, but we've accepted it. We've allowed ourselves to be pacified by little things that don't really matter too much. And I see people getting off, and you're probably offended, and I'm not here to offend. I'm just giving the information. However that's taken, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just giving you information. Again, this is from a man's point of view. I just had to listen to the information that was presented. Men are not being held accountable for what they do. They're not being held accountable for how they think, how they move, what they create, what they break down, how they treat the Black woman. And we have to start doing that. There's no way that we can grow as a community, as a people, as a family, as a unit, as anything, if we don't hold one another accountable. Women, if we don't hold our men accountable for how they treat us, it will continue to go on, one, but the value of him is diminished because he is being looked at. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was told also, and I knew differently about chivalry. We were talking about that last night. And he said, like, we understand chivalry to be about, the man opening the door and pulling her chair out, that type of stuff, whatnot. I said, well, yeah. He said, well, chivalry is dead. Again, I'm listening, okay? But what he explained to me was where it came from and the whole purpose of it. The purpose of it had nothing to, I don't know if he said it was in England, whatever. Don't quote me on that part. But the purpose of it was not to show reverence to the woman. It was to show status of the man. It was to bring attention to him, not to the woman. He even went so far as to discuss how slave owners would dress their slaves in certain gear, if you will, let's say suits or whatever, would have them look presentable, have them look like, I don't even know what, but just have them look a certain way when company came. But it wasn't to glorify the slave. It was for him to be glorified, that he was in a particular status and, he was able to allow his people or whatever to look a certain way. It was about him. It was about his position. Had nothing to do with the slaves, of course, and had nothing to do with the woman. So as far as that was concerned, we were taught differently anyway on what that is. Again, not holding our men accountable. Our men should know that. Our men should know their history. Our men should know their spiritual connections. Our men should know a whole lot of stuff. They should not be allowed, I should say, to not do what they're created to do. They should not be pacified to the point that they can't be useful or valuable anywhere to anybody. We can't allow that to happen. We can't keep doing that. So it's like what we're doing as women, what we have done as women is clip them at the balls immediately and then go tell them to be a man. Not allow them to be in an environment with other men to learn how men are supposed to be, or to learn the fundamentals of manhood, whatever the case is. We've not done that, but we expect them to be men. We want them to be men, but have not allowed or encouraged them to be in an environment where they'll learn that, or where they will remember that. Let me erase that, where they will remember how to be men. We don't hold them accountable for being who they are. We give them passes. We justify all the bullshit that they do or don't do. We give them that. We give them a reason to hurt us. We give them a reason to ignore us, to treat us like we shit. We give them a reason because we justify that. We accept that. How is it going to change? We tolerate this. Things that you tolerate don't change. There's no reason for it to change, which is one of the reasons why we have so many men that, and I won't say it that way. How you doing, Killer B? Great rise, beloved. I hope all is well. You know you have my heart and prayers. I had to stop what I'm saying for that. You have my heart and prayers, loved one. And I appreciate you for being here. So let me go back. Oh, I missed my spot. I don't know what I was saying at that point. But anyway, there are a lot of men, males, let me put it that way, males who are not living up to their purpose because we're not making them do it. We're allowing them to get away with nothingness. We're allowing them to be less than what they were created to be and do. We're allowing it. We're promoting it. We're justifying it. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. We need y'all to do what you're supposed to do, to be who you're supposed to be. We need that, but you need it too. And brothers, you got to start holding each other accountable. If you know this man is out doing wrong by his woman, by his wife, by his family, or whatever, and you know this, and this is your quote unquote boy, this is your friend, this is your partner, whatever you call him, and you know he living foul, you know he's disrespecting his whole household, you know he's not protecting his family, you know he ain't about shit based on his behavior, you know this about him, and you still continue to hang with him, and you don't check him, you don't hold him accountable for his behavior and his action, you are still connected to him. What does that say about you? What does that say about you? You're watching it. You're watching a crime being committed against this family. You're watching the demise of this family, and you're saying nothing. You're watching him belittle his woman. You're watching him break down his woman, and you're saying nothing because that's your boy. Your boy got to grow up and be a man, and he got to get checked on that. He's got to be held accountable. We are cheating each other by allowing each other to get away with this bullshit. And that's just fact. We are cheating each other by allowing each other to get away with bullshit. We are cheating our men by not holding them accountable for being men. Half the shit that's going on in the streets with our men would not happen if they were accountable. They were being held accountable for everything that they do, for everything that they say, for the way they dress, for the way that they move, for the way that they think. If they are held accountable, there is a different mindset that immediately takes hold of them. They think differently because now they have a responsibility. Somebody is looking to them for something. Somebody has an expectation and a need for them to be the divine. There's a need for it. If a man feels needed, he will do anything he needs to do. He will do what you want him to do if he feels needed. But if we don't hold them accountable, then we're basically saying to them, we don't need you to do anything. This is what we're saying to them by not holding them accountable, is that we don't need you to do anything. We don't have any expectations of your greatness. We don't think that you can do any better than what you're doing. So we just going to go ahead and pacify you. We'll give you that. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to do that. No. Again, I'm still the king advocate and will always be king advocate. But sometimes in order to lift and raise a man, you got to knock him on his ass one time so he can know what that feels like and get the hell up. Never want to be there again. This is reality. This is real life. Y'all have to really think about and pay attention to what your contribution has been to the Black woman. Why does the Black woman think the way that she thinks, move the way that she moves, feel the way that she feels when she's when she's interacting with a Black man? Why does she hurt the way that she hurts? Why does she love even the way that she loves when she's interacting with a Black man? Do you not have some responsibility for that? Do you not have some responsibility? Are you not accountable for some of her hurt? Some of her pain, some of how she even sees herself, because you're dog and dismiss a natural woman for one that's completely weaved out and look completely opposite of us. Why? Take responsibility for your thoughts, what you're doing. We are not in this state of being for no reason, and I mean us as a collective. This is happening for a reason as a collective. Y'all can't keep getting away with shit. We can't keep letting you get away with shit, especially for us to say we love you. Love is the application of truth. If we're letting you get away with a lie, that is no application of truth. I can't tell you I love you and listen to you lie to me in my face. I can't tell you I love you and watch you basically kill yourself and me too. It's a lie. If you want to call in, the number is 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. If you want to call in and express your comments, questions, concerns, whatever. But definitely still chime in. Monk, thank you for saying something. Let me read what you got. So, as selfish as this seems, I live by the code that I deserve more than that you deserve more than, so I demand more than. I know that's right. The man should be the head of the household, and I expect nothing less in mine. My favorite line to tell a guy is accountability leads to productivity. I know that's right. Absolutely. Miss Fisher, thank you, beloved, for being here. I appreciate you. I think this is your first time being here, but I appreciate you for being here. You all share your thoughts. This is where we come to be reminded. I don't want to say necessarily learn. Some things might be so-called new, but this is where we figure shit out. We're having conversation. We're having an exchange of energy. This is how we figure out how to change shit. If we want better, if we want things to change, then we got to change what we won't change. We have to fix this. Things that are going on in the world, we are part of this world. We don't like that. We have to fix it. If we don't like what's going on with our men, with our community, with our people, we got to fix this. So no longer can we just allow these men to be passive and submissive to bullshit and lazy and less than excellent. We can't allow it. We can't afford it. It looks bad. It looks bad. It feels worse. We have a greater expectation of you, and we need, as women, we need to let it be known. We have to hold them accountable. Men, you have to hold one another accountable for being great. Sis Rochelle says, we are the people of the change, and you're right, accepting responsibility. Absolutely. Absolutely. But people don't want responsibility because they don't want the fear, they don't want the attack. In the event something goes wrong, that they're going to be blamed for it. That's why they do nothing. He said, mothers have stopped raising faggot boys. Okay, woo. I probably should have read that one first, but I got what you said. I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. We're allowing certain things to happen. We are allowing them to happen. We're not creating, or we're not, like I said, we're not raising our men to be strong men. We're letting them just do whatever the fuck and accepting that. If they want to put on a dress, oh, go ahead. He can put on a dress. It's all right. It's not. It's not. No, it's not. We got to stop this. We have to hold them accountable. Men, you have to be accountable, and you have to hold other men accountable. The state of our people is in our hands, period. How we're viewed is based on how we present, how we internalize our own identity is how we present. Hold each other accountable. Men, I'm talking to you. Hold each other accountable for reminding your household who they are, their abilities, their strengths, the possibilities, how to make things better, how to rise up, how to rebuild the communities. You have a responsibility for this. You are being held accountable for this. We have to remind you of this. And there's no reason for you to get upset about it. But that too is what happens. Because when you are reminded of who you are, or what the expectations of you are based on who we know you to be, you all take that as us nagging you. We getting on your nerves. We want too much. Our expectations are too high. Are they? Or are yours just too low? Do you just not want the responsibility? Again, let's go back biblically. As it is written, Adam, as it is written, given the instructions from the Most High on what to do, how to live, how to even deal with this woman that he was being given. Instructions given to this man. You have dominion over all of this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you what to do, how to take care of it. This is your position. Eve comes along, she do her thing. He not paying attention, as this is written. He ain't paying attention. She just went off and did whatever the hell, talking to a serpent. Who does that? But anyway, she done went off and did her thing, come back with some fruit. Go ahead, eat this right here from this tree that we ain't supposed to touch. Well, no, I'm cool, whatever. Forgive me, y'all don't be offended on how I'm telling this, all right? But anyway, instead of him saying, we ain't had no business being over there, first of all, no, I'm not eating that, and you shouldn't be eating it either. When judgment came, the first thing he did was blame her. The first thing he did was blame the Most High. Then he blamed her. He took no accountability, no responsibility whatsoever, none. So it's basically, God, because you gave me this woman, that's on you. You did this. You gave her to me. Right. Not one time, and maybe I missed it, but not one time did he repent. Not one time did he say, you know what, you right, my bad, my fault, that was on me. Not once. But that behavior, that thought has continued for generations. He didn't want to be responsible. He didn't want to be held accountable. He didn't want that responsibility. He didn't want it. So he blamed her for his failure, for his lack. He blamed her for not doing his job. This has continued because nobody held him accountable. On the flip side, again, this is just me talking. If she knew that the Most High gave him these instructions, knew, don't touch this tree. She knew, right? She knew. So, having known that, one, she shouldn't have went there any damn way. This ain't no biblical story. This ain't no biblical whatever right now. I'm just trying to give you an understanding. She had a responsibility too, one, not to touch it, and to make sure that he don't touch it. They were responsible for each other. They should have held each other accountable. If she'd have accidentally went over there and got something from that tree, she should have asked, I got this from this tree. Was this okay? And he should have told her, no, that ain't okay. No communication. Again, I wasn't there, so I'm just speaking on my own thought. All right, but y'all get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? We got to hold each other accountable. Men, you got to be held accountable. You have a great responsibility to yourselves and to us. So like the brother told me last night, he said the black woman don't owe the black man nothing. She don't owe him anything because she's given him everything, and she continues to give him everything, regardless of how he treats her. Stacey says it's always easier to look at the next person versus looking at ourselves. Absolutely. Yaster, what's going on, loved one? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And you say accountability frightens many humans. Absolutely it does. Because they don't want to get blamed if there's an error. They don't want to be held responsible for anybody other than themselves. They don't want the responsibility. Responsibility causes change. People want to stay in the same place. They want to stay in the same mind. They don't really want to do nothing about the change. They just want to say, we want change. They don't want to be held accountable for making the change, though. Nobody wants to be held accountable. Everybody want to blame everybody. So if everybody's blaming everybody, then who did it? If everybody's blaming everybody for something that got done or didn't get done, who did it? I'm just saying. We got to hold you all accountable. Y'all got to hold me accountable. As I've said in the other group, I am holding you accountable for holding me accountable. What's going on, Miss Carla? Thank you, beloved, for being here. And Rob, I see you, beloved. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm holding you accountable for holding me accountable. If you see that I'm going down the wrong way, if you hear me say something that's incorrect, and I tell y'all that all the time, if I'm wrong, correct me. If you see this going on, you have a responsibility to check me, boo. I've said that. We are watchmen. We are watchmen to each other. We are watchmen to the world. When we see something not going right, when we see something not going right, when we see somebody about to be put in a position that's going to harm them or kill them, cause harm in any way, and we say nothing, and something happens to that individual or that group, that community, whatever the hell, that blood, be there any blood shed, is on our hands because we said nothing. Because we didn't hold one another accountable for speaking out, for stepping up, for doing anything. We are responsible for the current condition of our people. We are responsible for this. We're not holding each other accountable. It's ridiculous. Again, I'm not here to bash y'all, and y'all know this. But I love you too much to lie to you. I love you too much to not hold you accountable. I love you too much to not see you rise where you're supposed to be. Again. Let me see. Stacy says, if I see wrong and say or do nothing, I am more wrong because I didn't speak up. Absolutely. That makes us an accessory to a crime. If I see you dying and I don't try to help you, I'm an accessory. Tadrix, thank you, beloved, for being here. I appreciate you. Yasser says most black men don't even maybe uphold black women. And when one does, you hear others say, oh, he must want something from a woman or just doing it to make himself look like a decent man. Or let's see, right? Is that what you said? A decent guy. Yeah, man, please use the same, use the same energy. Use the same energy to respect our women as well. 100. Not saying that all women are perfect. Indeed. But we perfect for the perfect one, just like y'all are perfect to the perfect woman. But indeed, Ms. Carla says, absolutely, we definitely need to stop that immediately when a cop is abusing them. Facts. But if we were holding them accountable prior to them being in front of a police officer, he probably would not be in front of a police officer. It wouldn't be that, because he would think differently. He would carry himself differently. He would be responsible for his behavior. You know what I'm saying? Something else would be processing. He would make sure that there's no reason for him to be confronted. Whatever the case is. Now, I know I can't speak on behalf of nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I know people do shit just because they can. I get that. So I'm not justifying what other people do. We're not talking about what other people do. We're talking about what we do. We have to hold one another accountable for us. Period. Period. Men, y'all have to stop dealing so much in your damn feelings that you reject your responsibility when it comes to your woman. A lot of y'all get in your feelings so bad, like I said, you completely dismiss what you're supposed to do. You don't do what you're supposed to do, or even what you say you're going to do, because your feelings got hurt. Your ego got stepped on. It shouldn't even be a factor. You're being held accountable for your word. I know a few people that I've been in past relationships with that said they were going to do something or be about something. They said this to me, okay? I'm going to do. I'm going to be about. I am whatever it is they said after that. And when they didn't do that, and I called them on it, it became an issue. How you getting mad at me for checking you on your shit? This is what you said. I'm reminding you what you said you were going to do, what you said you're going to be about. How you mad at me for reminding you? You should be appreciative that I reminded you of your word, because your word is everything, right? So if you give me your word and you can't uphold it, then the value of it is nothing. I'm holding you accountable. You must be held accountable. Again, the condition of our people, the condition of your woman, comes from what? Comes from whom? Something to think about. If you want to call, 770-906-5271. We may not be here for another 20 minutes unless y'all got something to say. I don't think my brother friend's gonna make it. I know you got to work early in the morning, so that you might not make it. But anyway, again, like I had to really just sit back and listen to what was being said from a man, from this black man saying black women don't owe black men anything because y'all have given everything and continue under every circumstance, no matter how many times you've beaten down, no matter how many times you are dismissed, no matter how many times you've been physically abused and raped and money's taken away from you, or you being overlooked for a job, whatever the case is, whatever it is, no matter. She's always there for the black man, no matter what he does to her. She continues to be there for her, for him. She continues to be there for him. Even when he is not reciprocating. Even when he's not giving her what she's given him, she's still there. So from the mouth and the mind of a black man who says the black woman owes you nothing, we owe each other accountability. We owe each other accountability. I'm not going to keep y'all. I will still remind you, I am holding you accountable for holding me accountable. Hold each other accountable, no matter what they may feel. Y'all already know, say it with me. Fuck your feelings. They ain't got shit to do with nothing. No matter how they feel about it. What is exactly what is. You say, you almost agree? Okay, we don't owe him anything. We owe ourselves everything. Therein we owe him just as much, right? I got you. Understood. Absolutely. 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 We owe ourselves everything. Absolutely. 100 on that, Mom. Absolutely. Y'all have anything else you want to say? Any questions, comments, or concerns? DJ, what's going on, beloved? I'm actually finna wrap it up, but if there's any questions, comments, or concerns, let it be known. I don't have to get off. If y'all want to continue to have conversation, we can talk. You know I can't talk to you, girl. Let's see. Anything else? Because I'm going to wrap this up. But again, like I said, the whole topic was holding Black men accountable. And we must. Y'all must. I want to see more brothers holding other brothers accountable. I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see a Black man tell a Black woman who looked like a clown, sis, that ain't cool. That ain't you. One second, y'all. I don't know if I can even respond. Okay. Y'all need to say something about that. It's my sister, girl. She be tripping. But y'all need to say something about that. She ain't representing properly. Okay, you saying stop calling us and describing us as niggas. I'm sick of that. Okay, say that then. When you hear it, because I know I say it. I say it. And it is not specific to anybody. I say it. Speak out on it. Right, she said, don't just laugh at her. Exactly. If you see her looking like a clown, correct her. Correct that behavior. Something's going on in here. Correct that. Hold yourself responsible and accountable for that. Because she's representing you. She's representing us. Why would you not say something? All right. Anything else? You all can continue to have conversation, and I wish you would. Even when we're not live, you all can continue to have discussions. This is how we grow. Communication, exchange of energy and information. This is how we grow. This is how we elevate. This is how we change things. We got to change in order for things to change. Everybody's looking at us as a collective. We have a responsibility to be what we were created as, and that's the head. Collectively, we're not the tail. We were created as the head, as the leaders, the ambassadors of the Most High, if you will. We were created that way. We were given that responsibility. We're not walking in that. We're not holding each other accountable for maintaining that position. We hold a responsibility. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to let you go. Thursday, we'll be back for On the Move, Unscripted, On Purpose, with myself, DJ Deshaun Johnson, Patricia M. Goins, A. Marie, or D. Marie, and Misty Jones, and whoever else may show up, because it be us. It'll be on Blog Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com, but also y'all know I'll be going live here as well. So tune in Thursday. Again, if you have received the invitation and have not yet accepted it, I wish that you would. Please check your messenger and the Facebook page itself, but definitely check your messenger, because I know for certain y'all have sent that out to you. And join the group. All right? All right, loved ones, I'm a little tired and a little warm. I'm going to chill out. But as always, I love you, I love you, I love you. For real, on purpose, with purpose. And until I see you again, peace.